Hello students, this is a video to help you out if you get stuck, not sure what to do about downloading and installing Android Studio. I'm making this in spring 2022, so unless things change a lot, I'll probably still use the same video. So things may look slightly different. If it gets too different, I'll make a new video, but I imagine everybody at this point in your Pellissippi experience knows how to get to the Brightspace course, so that's where we're starting. Then under content, this is probably the first week of class where you're near to it. You should have done the start here stuff, which is like looking at the syllabus and that kind of stuff. And then for week 1 is module 1. There's more going to be coming soon. But under that module 1, there's checklist. And then there's a link to assignment 1. And this is assignment 1. So assignment 1 asks you to download and install Android Studio. Now, if you look in the content and the course resources, there's also a link there, the same link. So that's just to give you multiple ways of getting to it. So what I want you to do is download and install Android Studio. And I'm probably going to pause in the middle of this, but when you come to the developer.android.com/studio, at the time of the making of this video, this is what you do. So you'll see download Android Studio up here at the top. The default version is the one I want you to use. Windows is the only operating system that's supported according to the syllabus in this class. Now, it is a Java application, so of course you probably wouldn't have too much trouble running this on Linux or Mac. So it's up to you. If you can do all your assignments on Linux or Mac, that's great. Go for it. I may or may not be able to help you. I'd ask for you not to ask me for help, actually, if you do one of those two, because I'll know like the answers for Windows. But if you have some weird problem in Mac or Linux, since I don't use Mac and I usually have Linux running somewhere, but I haven't done Android Studio recently on Linux. I might not know the answer right away. So again, Windows is the only supported operating system. But again, on top of that, with warnings, caveats, you might be able to run it on other operating systems too. Anyway, click on this to download, accept the license agreement, and it should take a little while, probably not super long. It says 9 hours, but I'm sure that'll change. Just a side thing, it did ask here if you want to create a profile. I would recommend doing that. It's not necessarily required for the class, but a lot of the work you'll do in here will be based in this developer's environment for Google. So you can get the whole gamification badges and stuff. So I went ahead and did it here because this is a new account that I use only for school in Google. So I'm trying to keep things separate. So this is what it would look like. And I still got how much time left? An hour left now. It was a day, so things are changing. But you'll have this little dashboard where you can keep track of things that you do in the Google developers system. Okay, I walked away from the computer for a bit and gave it time to finish downloading. And what you should have in your downloads folder is this file. So just double click it like you would any other program. And of course this could take a while, so there'll probably be more pauses. So I had to do things off screen here. So it should come up with asking for permissions about whether you're allowed to install. You just want to say yes or it's not going to install, right? So what choice do you have? Then it should eventually come up with this screen. So unless you've got some kind of well, of course you want to install all this. You want to install the virtual device as well. You can run these programs directly onto your Android device if you have one, and I'll do some things about where I show you how you might do that later. But I'm just going to assume that everybody uses the virtual device. So make sure both of these are checked, and then you might decide you want it somewhere else besides where this is choosing to put it. And you see it's got Android Studio 1 here. That's because on my computer I already have Android Studio installed on another account. So the default's going to be program files, Android, and then Android Studio. I'm going to allow it to go ahead and put this in Android Studio 1, but normally for you it would look like this on a fresh install. You know, it's up to you whether you want to, what kind of preferences you have about startup icons and that kind of thing. So if you have another version or something installed already, you, of course, someone else in the house decides to use Google Broadcast, which they never do, right when I'm recording. Anyway, so unless you know what you're doing, you probably want to do not import settings, because this should be the first time you've installed it. And then it'll take a little bit of a while for it to get started. This thing right here depends on how thick your tinfoil hat is. I don't really care either way, but I'm going to pick Don't Sense since I'm already using it on a different user account. So, and anytime it asks for an update when you're installing, I'll go ahead and do that. We need Kotlin in particular because this class does use that language. So go ahead and pick that one. And of course, once it downloads, it asks you to restart. Okay, here's where we left off. Let's see what choose type of just everybody go standard for now, so we'll all be on the same page. Select a theme. This is really your option. I would pick probably pick dark, but it's up to you. And then double check what you've got here and click finish. And this might take a little while too, so I'm going to pause. Okay, so once you've got it installed and completely installed and running, it should come up with this screen. This is kind of your home screen for opening or creating new Android Studio projects. So if you get to this far, this is where you would take a screenshot and put it into the Dropbox.